It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and you can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, click and listen live. Or if you want to hear us, go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, click and listen live, and you can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. Mr. E, it's a beautiful windy day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, and WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and poppin'. Don't forget Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Take yourself over there to YouTube. Go to our newest channel at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton. And of course, you can go over to Cristo Records 1, CRISTO Records 1. Make sure you subscribe. We need the numbers.
That's right. And then we will shout you out.
We promise.
We promise.
Mr. E, is Fun Friday.
That's right. I got a little Fun Friday jokey joke for you.
Okay, I kind of miss your corny jokes. Go ahead, Mr. E, knock yourself out.
Why did the duck beat the turtle across the road?
Lordy, Miss Claudia. Another bird joke, but Mr. E, go ahead. Why?
Because the turtle has 4 legs and the duck has 2.
Okay, y'all, we're going to take a vote. Everybody in the chat, if you thought that was a good joke, put 2. If you thought that was a corny joke, put 1. Anyway, Mr. E, it's not, I guess you got to, you still trying.
That's right.
You're still trying.
That's right. But I got something special for
not another joke, I hope.
I got something special. Can I do it right about now?
Go ahead, help yourself.
Hey. That's Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. Make it all right. Right here on FYI Radio Show.
Sometimes get away all by yourself when the storm comes. Gonna press you down. You can go to a place and he will come with you. I know he'll make it all right. Sometimes you gotta get away. Go to the Lord. Tell him about all your problems. Tell him what is wrong when there's nobody else who will understand. understand. I know he'll make it alright. Say he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. Go to a place where the Lord can comfort you. I know he'll make it alright. He'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. I believe he'll make it alright. He said he'll make it alright. Go to a place and the Lord will comfort you. I know he'll make it alright. Sometimes it seems like you can't break through, but you're scared and you're worried, and you're gonna cast all the cares to the Lord and pray. I know he'll make it alright. He'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. Amen. Go to a place and the Lord will comfort you. I know he'll make it alright.
That's Miss Yolanda.
And you try every day.
That's Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. Make it all right. How old is it now? How old is
All right, Mr. E, you know that's just a baby.
That's a baby. That's a baby. Make it all right. Tell us a little bit about that song.
Oh my goodness. And I want to say thank you, first of all, because it's getting great support.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it's a journey, a life of knowing what he can do, you know, not trying to think of what he can do, knowing that he'll make it all right. That's why the message is going out so clear to you all that need that comfort, that need that place, that need God. It's a clear message. He'll make it all right.
Won't he do it?
All the time.
Yes, he'll do it.
He
Yes,
said
he
he
will.
would.
Yeah.
Woo, Mr. E, it's Fun Friday.
That's
and guess
right.
what we got?
We got the current job listings.
I am so glad
That's
because
right.
folk need a job.
That's right. That's right. If you need a job, guess what? Lowe's is hiring, Home Depot is hiring, Heritage is hiring, McDonald's is hiring, Federal Express is hiring, the airlines are hiring. There's a lot of people that are hiring out there. There's a real whole lot of jobs that are available. So here's Amazon is hiring for those who have been calling about Amazon, and I hope that you followed through and got to Amazon.com and went on and applied for a job.
I heard you can work at in your home, Mr. E.
That's right. You can work right from the comfort of your own home when you're dealing with Amazon and some of these doctors' jobs also that that need someone just to do their billing, so that you can work right from your crib.
Okay.
Here's your current job listing: Development Director for Ziegler, American Dream Theater. Case manager for Only Virginia, and Catholic Charity looking for a mobile mentor, a parent mentor, a mobile mentor, an animal care tech at the VBSPCA, a client service rep at the Virginia Beach SPCA, director of shelter operation, and
financial and housing counselor. They got all kinds of jobs. Director of advancement, Norfolk Christian, also a library assistant at Chesapeake Public Jobs. This is the E. Data analyst for kids, summer after school. They also need a camp assistant, Virginia Beach, and the MCC is the MC or MOCA database coordinator in Virginia Beach. A director of philanthropy is needed.
And the financial director of Virginia Beach Community Development Corporation nursery attendant at the Ghent United Methodist Church.
Well, okay there. I tell you what, it's already posted on our page. Go to Yolanda Hinton's page and with Everett's personal page. Go to FYI Radio Show hosted by Yolanda Hinton is up there. It's on LinkedIn. Just go on our social media page and you will see it.
That's right. So if you need a job, here's some information. Get you a job. Now, Miss Hinton, we are in April now.
Yes.
About ready to get into May. So now summertime is coming right around the corner.
It is.
So now folks are hiring for seasonal positions.
Yes.
So if you need a job and you want it seasonal or a part-time job for your children, or your child need a part-time job that's in high school, let them start applying now at these different locations.
Absolutely. So, Mr. E, this is FYI's Fun Friday segment. What's in your closet? Issues concerning us women.
You know, we always talk about men, so let's talk about these old women. Do women?
Did you say these old?
Do women change?
Oh my God. Women have to change, but I tell you what, Mr. E, sometimes women can find themselves in some hot water. We got a few news stories here before we go into our segment, our topic. We got the indictment for a woman. She's the vice principal of Rich Neck Elementary School.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Tell me if that's not spooky.
Is that spooky or not? That's called child neglect. That's what the heading
Is
of
that
is.
why is that the arrest for?
That's what
indictment is for?
That's right. They say a former administration of Rich Neck Elementary School who's facing felony child neglect charges in connection to the student shooting. Former teacher Abby appeared in court today. Elaine, they gave her name, Ebony Parker, was scheduled to be in court this morning to advise attorneys arrangement. Parker was the assistant principal at the Rich Neck Elementary School in Newport News on January the 6th when a 6-year-old boy shot Zygmunt in the classroom.
Oh, wow. I tell you what, this is going on. It's been going on for quite some time. It's a surprise to me. I don't mean no harm, but it's like, whoa. So maybe her and maybe others.
That's right.
What do you think, Mr. E?
Well, as I read on a little further, Ms. Hinton, it says last month Parker was charged with 8 counts of felony child neglect, disregarding life in connection to the shooting. Parker could face up to 40 years if she found guilty. They said a special grand jury reported outlined Parker alleged action on the day of the shooting. Some of the allegations included a report or following. Ignored multiple warnings.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, that story
various
goes
staff.
on. If you're here in the Hampton Roads area, you're going to hear about that for a while.
That's right.
But we also have some news that's happening in real time, and also on Monday, it's the Stormy Daniels hush money trial.
Hush money.
Ooh, that
Don't
is something else. Now, this is a criminal trial. I mean, a criminal trial, and it is it is about your former president.
Who?
Your former president.
Mine.
Donald J. Trump.
You talking about Obama?
But it's called the Stormy Daniels hush money trial. It's a little bit about the hush money. About Stormy Daniels, but a whole lot about the hush money and campaign. Before the campaign started, crimes and things like that. That's going to be interesting. We're not going to go over the whole story. You all keep looking, because Monday, even though I don't think it's going to be on TV, they're going to be covering this in the news quite a bit.
That's right.
And we also have, Mr. E, when it comes to women and in the news, this abortion issue and women's health controversy.
You know, Ms. Hinton, I mean, these folks are really raising some sand about this abortion. We really need to pay close attention. I don't think it's so much on the Abortion Act, but I think that it's more on women having control of what to say on their bodies.
I say keep watching the women, because I'm telling you, when you see how they're gathering now, by the time we get to the election, you're going to see women coming out and jumping on somebody's head, because this is one right that they feel like you have no right to take away from them. Now, everybody doesn't believe in abortion, but there are those that have felt as though this is something that's needed by women, especially when it comes to health care and things like that. You know, the abortion issue is just one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But when it comes from to health care, contraceptives, and things like that, women don't want you to tamper with, what they're doing and what's going on in their bodies.
That's right, because they figure that they have control over who they are and what they are. They don't want nobody really telling them how to carry themselves or what to do with themselves.
But I tell you what, we have the election coming up. Women, if you're adamant and compassionate about what's going on, you need to get to the polls. And we're going to be talking about that down the line, women and voting and how they're going to vote. And like I said, they're gearing up for war.
That's
and
right.
So let's see.
Good for them.
We'll see how this turns out. In the meantime, our segment today, Mr. E. We're going to talk about empathy. And what it is.
Empathy.
What is empathy, Mr. E?
Empathy is the ability to recognize, understand, and share the thoughts and feelings of another person, animal, or fictional character. Developing empathy is crucial for establishing relationship and behavior compassionately. It involves experiencing one another's point of view rather than just one owns, and enable pro-social or health and behavior that comes from within rather than being forced.
Right. What is the good morning, Mr. Philip Plum? You all make sure you dialogue in the chat with us. If you want to call and talk about it, that's fine too. Mr. E will give you the number a little bit later. But empathy is, that's a wonderful definition.
That's right. That's right.
On Wednesday, we talked about bullying and we talked about the bully. And the fact that bullies, don't necessarily, they're not able to relate yet to their victim. They don't see the pain that they cause. We talked about different stories of, how, somebody has bullied and bullied and bullied and bullied. And then all of a sudden they may get an epiphany and they wait a minute, this is causing harm. I tell a story about the young man who is getting money taken every day, and he comes past the bully is crying, and the bully said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you crying?" He said, "I'm hungry." "Well, if you're hungry, go and eat." "I can't. You take my money every day."
Wow.
The bully gets an epiphany. All of a sudden, he gets empathy.
That's right.
And he says, "This is wrong." He never took that child's money again, and he never bullied again from that day on. Empathy is a very strong thing, Mr. E. I want you to give that definition again.
Empathy helps us to, what is empathy? Let me tell you again. Empathy is the ability to recognize, understand, share the thoughts and feelings of another person, animal, or fictional characters. Developing empathy is crucial for establishing relationships and behavior compassionately. It involves experiencing one another personal points of view rather than just one's own.
Yes. Developing empathy, it helps us cooperate with others, build friendships, make moral decisions, and intervene when we see others being bullied.
That's right. That's right.
We have this thing called a bystander.
That's
That
right.
person that's standing by, and they can act one or two ways. They can egg it on, or they can sit back and not know what to do.
That's right.
And so, some of us can do that. We'll do that. We'll sit back and we will, just let it happen.
And something on the inside saying, go out there and help them out. But that you have not yet allowed that empathy that's on the inside of you to develop, to come out. It reminds me, Ms. Hinton, when with empathy, when you have compassion. When we look at empathy, it's just like we said the other day, last week, when we was talking about transformation. We're having what they call an aha moment. And when you being transformed by the renewal of your mind, you start seeing things through the eyes of God, and things begin to look differently than what it seems to be. Well, when you develop a transformation and have that aha moment, and that empathy kicks in, then you start considering not only yourself, but considering others.
Let me tell y'all how strong empathy is.
Yeah,
God created man and everything, and then all of a sudden, man just went crazy.
that's right.
Whatever man's imagination, anything that he wanted to do, he would do. He didn't care if it was right, wrong, or whatever, and they got to be too much.
That's right.
And God just said, this is it. I'm about to shut it down. And he shut it down. He
That's right.
saved a few. But he did something before the foundation of the world. He Jesus in mind to save the sins of the world. Why? Because he had empathy. He knew
That's
that
right.
we were all that. He knew that we were from the dirt. And the next time around, he did things a little bit differently. He saw the blood. He saw Jesus. He said, I can't not, I can't be that hard hearted.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm going to make sure that there's a savior for man. And that's what he did. At first, he was like, look, I can wipe y'all out anytime, anyway.
Yeah.
But he had empathy. He saw something about man and he said, wait a minute. He saw something about himself. He was like, okay, I really need to fix this. I need to feel something.
That's right.
And that's what empathy is. When you feel something about somebody, where you can understand
That's
who
right.
they are.
That's right. Empathy help us to connect and help others. That's what empathy is. But like other trait, it may have involved with a selfish motivation, motive, a selfish motive, using others as a social antenna to help detect danger from an involuntary perspective, creating a mental model for another person in critical. When we stop and look at what's going on, you said something that's so profound. When we begin to look at Job and how Job had to endure, the scripture declared that Job was a rich man. They said he had everything in the world one could ever have. Then all of a sudden, God found favor, but Job didn't know that God found favor in him, and he began to lose everything from his children to his livestock, from his livestock to his home, from down to nothing. He even down to his skin. He got sick in his body, and then when his friends came around, they didn't have empathy for him. They didn't feel no kind of way for him. All they did was came by and said, listen, you must have did something wrong for you to fall down on your face like this. And that brings us to this point when we look at bullying. Y'all sitting around here all day long and you begin to look at what's going on in our community and won't say a word. And you're afraid to come out your front door. You're afraid to stop it. If God didn't love you so much, he would never send his son Jesus. So God loved us so much that he sent his only begotten son, because when you begin to look back on how God was, God will drop you at the drop of a hat. He will take you away. But he sent his son so that goodness and mercy will state your case. So now here's what has to happen to you. You got to have an ounce of empathy. You got to have some empathy where you got to take in others in consideration as well as yourself.
In the book that I wrote, we talk about, bullies and who they go after. And they go after a certain type of folk. They're going to go after the handicapped. They're going to go after the elderly, the weak, the sad, the isolated. And so they don't have the sympathy and empathy. And, we see that all the time, Missy, where folk, could be against a certain group of people. African Americans suffered at the hands of America, and because of the color of our skin, we were treated and put in slaves and made to work and ostracized. And to say we still have to fight the fact that because we are Black, we know that some people are going to disdain us just because we are Black. And so, empathy is something that we need in order to get over things like that. Okay, you need to get over that this is my color. And you need to stop trying to do me harm. You need to walk a mile in my shoe and find out what it is, what it feels like to be hurt. Oh, y'all black people always. You need to walk a mile in a person's shoes to find out. You need to have empathy. That's one of the ways that you can have empathy, and that is to see what the person sees in their own skin. You need to be able to relate to the person, not just have sympathy. Oh, I just feel sorry for you. No, I see what you feel and I feel what you feel.
That's
And
right.
that's the difference between sympathy and empathy.
Miss Hinton, there's three stages of empathy.
Mhm.
There's the emotional empathy, there's the compassionate empathy, and then there's that concealed
Cognitive,
cognitive
absolutely.
empathy. When you look at the cognitive empathy, it's being aware of the emotion
Yes.
and the state of another person.
Yeah. Say that again.
Being aware of the emotional state of another person.
And
That's that
caring.
cognitive
Uh-huh.
empathy. And then the emotional empathy is engaging with and sharing thought through emotions. And the compassionate empathy involving and taking action to support other people. The thing about it, we done got away from having feelings with one another.
I tell you.
We jump ship just like bullies. If you did something wrong to me, I go tell somebody else. Now they're mad at you because you did something wrong with me to me, and you didn't even do anything. They take sides. That's not the way. That's not empathy. Taking sides against somebody else to do harm is not empathy. If you're gonna do anything, take sides where you can make a matter all right.
And
Where you can,
yes.
where you can have compassion.
And you know what? You would think everybody has it, but everybody don't have it. They may have it to a certain degree, but some people really, really need to work on it because just like we talk about bullies, they do so much harm. Okay, I'm different. I have a certain condition, but why are you coming after me? Where's the love, the sympathy, the understanding? Why you? Why you don't?
Why
Where
you?
your
That's
skills
right.
for it?
That's right.
Why you don't? Nobody didn't develop that in you, so you wouldn't do me any harm.
That's right. And when folks take sides and they take matters and they not listen to the right side, they just only go with one side, and then that cause people to shut down. That cause people to run away from you because one, you're not really looking at the big picture.
Yes.
You only looking at a one-sided picture where you think your side is the right side, but you have no empathy for nobody else. You have no compassion for nobody else. You don't have any emotional empathy for anything, or not. Neither do you have cognitive of empathy. You just only see your side and your side only.
Absolutely, Miss Lee. I wrote a book, The Diary of a Former Bully. Bullies can be reformed. They can get empathy. This book shows, the life of a young man who just constantly wanted to hurt. He didn't care what it was, man, dog, boy, girl. He loved cyberbullying, but he realized that something is wrong. When he saw the harm that it did to those that he was hurting, his heart began to change, and he began then after confessing his faults and what he was doing, he began to want to do something about the harm, and he became an advocate. It's called The Diary of a Former Bully. You can get it online, or you can go to bulldogacademy.com, along with Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose, telling about what bullying is and the fact that it's a lack of compassion, it's a lack of empathy, it's a lack of skills that somebody does not have because it keeps them from treating people right.
That's right.
We thank you all for joining us. We're going to be talking about this subject a little bit more, along with some other things. This is National Autism Month, and we'll be talking about that, child obesity, and much, much more. So look, you all come up here for a few minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about some upcoming shows and some tea. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on all social media platforms on WPCE 1400 Peace, 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Everette's Facebook page, this Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or you can email us at FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend.
All right, all right, all right. He'll make it all right every time.
Yeah.
Right? You want to say good morning to Philip, Plum, Roberta, Carter, Sheila Robbins, Sheila Green. We have somebody over here on Instagram at, I believe, the Slade Drive, SLADRA join us. And I want to say thank you for your support. I want to know how you're doing this morning. How are you all doing? What are you doing? What are you going to do for the weekend? Is everything all right? Do you know he'll make it all
He'll
right?
make it all
I
right.
hope so. I don't care what you all are going through, my friends. He will make everything all right. He'll give you the joy, peace, and the love you need as you go through. Because look, that's what life is. It's ups and downs, ins and out, light and dark. I'm telling you, if you live long enough, you're going to experience some things. And so we also want you to know through that message, he'll make it all right every time. And he'll be with you no matter what. And it is just a beautiful thing to have that support.
That's right. That's right.
From God, our Father, who never leaves us or nor forsake us. He has his word to comfort us, and he has that place of prayer where you can reach out and get the things that you need from him to keep going on.
But you know, Miss, in the song, you said, if you go to him, see, you got to make it in your business. I don't know why we're going here this morning, but we got to make up your mind to go to him and be complete. And I know he'll make it all right. You go to him, trust him, and lean not to your own understanding. In all thy ways, he'll make it all right. You don't believe it as Job. Job had went through something, and then his friends did not have compassion. They did not have emotional for him, nor kindness for him.
Somebody that's your friends now.
That's right.
They don't have a feeling of, oh my God, you know, what's wrong? What you do, Joe?
You know you did something wrong. Yeah.
You cursed Joe. All the wrong things. No empathy whatsoever.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my goodness. Then Job, even the wife in the household, just curse God. Job, you ain't right. You ain't doing right. You curse. Look, get out my way. I can't do it. She just was like, just away with you.
That's right. You know, Miss Hinton, when we look at it, that you know, sometimes we are not being or having the mindset of Christ. You know, when we look at this, we talked about this week before last when we were talking about when you got to make the transformation. And the song in the book of Romans 12:2, it said, "Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Your thought pattern has to change. You cannot walk around and you still have negative and crazy thoughts. You know, when you say you are a part of the kingdom of God, you know, because when you look at Job's buddy, they know Job who he was.
He was an upright man.
He was an upright man, and the Bible says that he endured evil. He did not like evil. He hated evil, and because when his children was out there partying like rock star, he even gave a sacrificial offering to God just for his children's sake.
But you know, Missy, as I think about what you're saying, that's the seed that's that comes up in folk comes from somewhere.
Yeah,
I look at what has happened to African Americans, what happened to Jews. Somebody was instrumental behind that
that's right.
to bring on a disdain, a disdain for folk. And so sometimes, we lack empathy because we have a disdain. I like the word cognitive that you use
Yeah,
in our mind and our thinking, our perspective. Somebody put that perspective in you.
that's right.
Somebody told you because people come up. Listen, we talk about slavery back then, but the residuals from slavery still goes on. Why? Somebody put it in the mind of people that y'all ain't know, because it is y'all, or because of your race, or because of your religion, or because you not know. Because somebody put that in the minds. We
That's
have
right.
the what do you call it? What do you call it? The people from what are those people, Mr. E, that Hitler had under them? What do you call those
Ku
people?
Klux Klan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's another name for it. And it's still breeded in the minds of folk to distrust the Jewish people or
That's right.
distrust other people or things like that. That prejudice, that racism,
That
that
racism there.
lack of empathy and sympathy comes is taught to folk.
That's
It's
right.
taught to folk. Some people don't have it because they're not taught to love everybody.
And then, like you said earlier, Miss Hinton, it's to the point where somebody taught you, somebody helped you to understand, somebody put a seed in you so that you would have empathy for others. When we look at it, as you begin to grow up, somebody had empathy for you to teach you, to reach out to you, to clothe you, to train you, to bathe you, the whole 9 yards before you had it. I just want to take the time out, Miss Cynthia, because I saw something in our teaching, and it says, "How do children develop empathy? Babies develop babies display an understanding that people action are guides by intentionally and are able to act on that understanding before 18 months old, including trying to comfort parents. More advanced reasons about other people's thoughts developed by around about the age 5 and 6, and research show that parents who promote and model empathy raises more empathetic children."
Wow, that is absolutely. We have to teach our
That's
children
right. That's right.
empathy.
Love, joy, peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know.
What you call it? We're going to serve a little bit of that tea, but I'm going to, before we finish, it says, um, how do you build your ability to feel empathy? And here are some of the things. Understand the concept of empathy. Develop the ability to read facial expressions and body language. Practice putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
That is definitely key. Look at how, look you and say to yourself, hey, it could be me, or I feel as though you're suffering and I'm sorry about it. We definitely have to have an understanding heart and mind, or else people push people aside and we can become bullies that will just take and tear down. We're going to serve a little bit of that tea. I wanted to mention O.J. Simpson passed away on yesterday of cancer. The thing about it, I wanted to mention that Bruce, well, his name is not Bruce, that's Caitlyn Jenner, who went on social media and said, "Good riddance." And this is the thing, social media kind of blew up. Everybody kind of like, good riddance. Wait a minute now. Somebody just died. That means they have a family that's suffering because of that person. Well, they say, well, he killed, he was found not guilty.
So yeah.
That's one of the things that people want to leave out. Why? Because they want to insist on dogging and degrading. If you can't say nothing good about somebody,
Shut
maybe
your
you should
mouth.
shut your mouth
Yeah.
and not say nothing. In turn, social media turned on Caitlyn Jenner,
Right.
which is Bruce Jenner, and said, "Remember the time you killed those people in that car?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the time that you killed somebody?" And accident note they are putting out there in the atmosphere his faults and his sin. I don't think he was thinking about it, Mr. E,
That's
when
right.
he made that statement, "Good riddance." And so, people are, kind of like, hey, like, you wrong.
Miss Hinton, when we look at people are not looking at themselves. People think that because they see fault in somebody else, that their causes are clean. you not know that people have in their closet old clothes that they cannot wear, and all those clothes in your closet are clothes that you wear, it carries spirit. It still carries that old man, that old person in you. It carries a lot of things that will cause you to change. When you look at a person and they change garments, they change clothes, then they begin to be somebody other than who they are. They're different people, they're different folk, they're different people that they're different people than what they claims to be, because now you done taken on somebody else.
Well, I tell you what, look, it's time for me to go. I got a nice class to pop into. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Look, don't forget to look at sports, because we're going to be back here with Sports Talk.
That's right. That's right.
Also, don't forget, he'll make it all right. Uh, don't forget the single, Make It All Right. Go wherever music is sold, get that single, Make It All Right. Please support, because the ladies gonna support you. Make It All Right is the name of the new single. You can get it on Amazon, iTunes, and all the other places. Get it, get it, get it. Also, go to bullyacademy.com. BULVIC. This is the easy diary of a former bully. Pull that up with the coat, and bullying is right underneath your nose. And also the game Bulvic, BULVIC, which you can find on Google Play, and you can also find on your Apple.com store. In the meantime, keep following us on social media. Go to our personal pages. Go to our new page on YouTube. We need the numbers.
That's right. Like and share.
And I'll tell you what.
And subscribe.
You can be a special guest sponsor intern at Mr. E. Got the team.
If you would like to be a special guest sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is go to Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 757-714-7861 and say, listen, I would like to see this on FYI. I would like to be a special guest or a sponsor. You do that, guess what? We'll get back with you. If you just want to be in the audience, send us your email and we'll pull you up, send you an email to let you know what time and what day we're going to pull you in, so you can sit right there in the audience and be live right in FYI audience. We want to thank you so very, very much.
I want to shout out my class. Oh my goodness, Seven Figures podcast. We got some great folk on and everything. My class, my coaches, all my friends, members. I just want to say hello. Just want to shout them out. Look, you all can be a part of this program too. And just follow on social media and follow Seven Figures podcast, and you can get in the class yourself. Look, you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you on Monday. Mr. E will come with the numbers for our sports talk and everything, and we're gonna have a good time.
That's right.
So look, be blessed. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. You all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
2 up, 2 down, VA.